Okay, everyone, this is wonderful to have you all here on this hangout session with our good friend and colleague, Lee Smith. He's an expert turnaround guy, and he's been working with a company called Bid Group, and he has done successful turnaround solutions for several companies, and he has a 100% successful track record. So it's an honor to have him on the call. So Lee, it's good to have you. Thank you for coming and joining us.
Thank you, likewise. Thank you for inviting me.
So how long have you been doing turnaround solutions?
I've been doing turnaround solutions now for just over 3 years. I've got a bookkeeping background, good at mathematics, but I've been focused totally on turnaround now for 3 years.
Okay, so what would you say is the biggest reason why a company ends up in a situation where it actually needs a turnaround solution?
There's many factors, but I guess the more common ones are that the business owner's just taken his eye off the ball of the finances. There's also scenarios where there's illness or other business and interests, but it's usually that they've taken the eye off the ball of the finances and they've got into difficulty, and that's when they usually pick up the phone and ask for some help, and that's where we come in with a very proven turnaround solution.
Okay, so how can we have confidence that your clients, that your solution is working?
Well, the first thing I have to say is we're not like brokers and other IP people, where we actually do guarantee our success, and if we don't deliver on that success, then we quite simply don't get paid, which is something that you will not find on the marketplace at all. So we do guarantee results.
Okay. How quick would you normally aim to deliver results after a turnaround solution?
Typically, I guess we say it's going to be anywhere between 3 months and 12 months, but there are situations where we have done it in 6 weeks.
Wow, that's pretty impressive. 6 weeks.
That was quite nice for the business owners. So yeah, we've had some really impressive results, and like you say, 100% success record to date. And yeah, it's quite nice giving people that confidence.
Okay, so at what point should companies come to you for a turnaround solution?
There's a variety of timeframes, I guess, that people normally come to us. Either they're in a CVA already, or they have cash flow difficulties. They've got the bank calling them. In some cases, there's winding up petitions, administration threatening. At each of those stages, we're able to usually offer some guidance, and we can actually guarantee from that point that we can help them, but we won't take anything on, obviously, if we don't feel that we can help people. But it's usually when there's a deep cash flow issue, or they need some kind of finance for CVAs to get them out of the CVA.
So how do you charge for a solution like this? I mean, these companies are normally in trouble anyhow, cash flow wise and money wise. So how do you normally charge for a solution like this?
Again, this is where it's very unique, because you typically get a broker or an IP person who will come in and say, yeah, I'll help you with your cash flow problem, and they'll charge the companies £10,000 to £15,000. Maybe not upfront always, but they'll either take it out of something like a CVA, whereas we work very differently. So we're more mid to long term focused, and where we actually sit on the same side as the business owner. So we will number one, we'll guarantee the results. Number two, we'll go in and fix the problems. And number three, how we get paid is we take equity in the company. So we're not damaging the cash flow. And by taking equity in the company, we're sitting on the same side of the table as the business owner. So we know we're partners. And it's very rare for us to take a majority shareholding. So we're very, very fair. So yeah, how we get paid is on a long-term basis, and it's on our results. So we have to provide results, otherwise we don't get paid when we eventually sell the company or sell the shares back to the business owner.
Yeah, very interesting solution. So are your turnaround solutions specific for a certain sector or industry, or is there a specific industry or sector that works better than another one?
No, there's a variety of sectors. So we've done turnaround solutions now for companies in IT, construction, marketing, asbestos, professional services, manufacturing. So there isn't really an industry that we couldn't help someone. So our turnaround solutions are sector neutral, I guess you can say.
Okay. So please give us a tips here. What would you say to someone that needs a turnaround solution? What's the best tips or tip you can give them?
Best tip from experience is not to bury your head in the sand. Ask for help. Pick up the phone, email, ask people around you, call us. You know, we're pretty open and fair. We'll tell you whether we can help you or not. If we can't help you, we're pointing in the right direction of somebody who can help. But just speak to people. If you bury your head and think the problem's going to go away, it will just get worse. So the best thing you can do is communicate and ask for help. There's no problem in asking for help. Everybody has problems in a business at some time or another. As long as you communicate, things can get better.
Yeah, people that are in distress situation, I think normally, yeah, they might stick their heads in the sands and just wish it were, sort of wish it disappeared. Yeah. Okay, if you're to give us one tip then on how not to end up in a situation where a turnaround solution is needed, or a tip how not to having to talk to you, so to say.
I guess having somebody on board who understands finances. Now, people will often say accountants are the best people. In my experience, accountants are not the ones that can necessarily offer the best financial advice in the business. So it's keeping an eye on the finances, I guess, having good cash flows, knowing, basically trying to foresee the road ahead is always the best advice. No one can predict the future, but as long as you're prepared for different scenarios, that's probably the best advice.
Yeah.
Just being prepared for all different scenarios.
Yeah. So you obviously done this for a while now. So could you give us an example or two of some of the successful turnaround solutions that you've done?
Good question. There's quite a few turnaround solutions we've provided. I guess two examples. We had a manufacturing company that had about £700,000 worth of debts. It was very, very close to closing, and there would have been about 30 staff made redundant. And in the particular town where they were, there wasn't anything readily available, I wouldn't imagine, for employment. So in that situation, we again, it wasn't easy. We put our own time, investment into that business, renewing all the systems, putting marketing plans in place, putting strategic advice in place, and we turned that company around quite well. We got rid of the debts in about 2 months, and the company's now profitable. Got a new brand, new website, new offices. Everything's been completely renewed. And I guess there's the more recent one was a construction company that was in debts as well, with threats of winding up petition. And in 3 months, we've turned that company around from not making any money at all and with heavy debts on the books to a company that's now making 10% net profits, and that's in the 3-month time scale.
That's pretty impressive, I would say. Well done.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I mean, our turnaround solutions have, they've taken a few years to perfect, but we've got a very good formula now. Okay. And yeah, it seems to work very well.
Perfect. Well, I just didn't wanted to do this short interview with you just to get some takes on your kind of strategies and thoughts on the turnaround solution area. So I appreciate you taking the time. And if someone wants to contact you or get your help, where would they sort of turn to? Where would they go?
I guess the best place is our website, which is www.bidgroupglobal.com. That's bidgroupglobal.com, or telephone number 0203 475 5475.
Okay, well, let's hope in one way that we don't have to call you, but if we have to call you, then it's perfect that you've given us your contact information. Appreciate you taking the time, and I look forward to talking to you down the road as well.
Excellent, thank you.
Thank you.